So my name's Greg. I'm the Operations Manager and Register Manager for Jemini Response. I think the qualities for working in the care industry is you need to care first and foremost, and it's in the title of the job really. We're carers, we're support workers, but I think you need to care on a deeper empathetic level to overcome the challenges that you're going to experience. You're working with people who are working with people, and we all have our trials and tribulations in life. We all have our challenges, and Jemini Response is committed to being a kind company. So we want to be kind to our residents, and we equally want to be kind to our staff. So we're fair, so we're equal, so we're treating everybody with dignity and respect. And that's not always easy when you've got your life and your issues and your prejudices that you come along with, and you will experience behaviours and events that challenge you on a very personal level. And being able to take that step back in yourself and understand the needs of the other individual is key to making this work.
What is it like working with adults with learning difficulties?
Well, I always describe it as the best job in the world. You have no idea really what's going to happen on any given day. We support adults with autism, so there is an element of predictability and routine to what we do, but you don't know how that routine, how that flow is going to be followed through. There's always the potential for something rather unusual to happen in this job, and we all have a very strange adapted version of what is normal. We often find ourselves in situations which we take as part of our regular working day or a usual morning at Jemini Response in a care service, and when you actually look at the faces of new staff as they come in, or members of the public as they're passing us by, what we understand to be normal behaviour for a human being is certainly not societal, or isn't society's norm. It's endlessly interesting. It's fascinating. You've got to be invested in wanting to learn about people. Otherwise, it's more challenging than it needs to be, really.
What would you say is the best bit of working in this job?
For me, it is the variation through the day. I mean, there are days where a support worker will be doing day trips to theme parks, or sitting on the beach in the sun drinking tea and eating chips with a very happy, contented individual, and life can be literally a picnic in support work. On other occasions, you will earn your money like I think no other industry really does, because you're working with people who are having very difficult times on occasion, and trying to support somebody who may be appearing to be quite resistant to your help. The hardest part of the job is that it can be quite emotionally draining. It can be a very tiring job. As I say, the luxury of sitting in the sun and sipping your cup of tea with one of our residents who's out on an amazing experience is balanced against the fact that there are days, hours where you're working with somebody who's having an extremely difficult time emotionally. Their mental health may be significantly impacted. We do work with people with challenging behaviour, so we see aggression towards other individuals, towards the environment. Some of our residents do exhibit self-injurious behaviour, and it's hard to watch, and we want to make sure that I want to be there for somebody as much as I want somebody to be there for me after these events happen. We have a very close-knit team, which I think is only a bond you get with colleagues when you work in a challenging behaviour service, when you've been through those emotionally challenging situations, and that feeling after you've supported somebody, you've made that difference, you've removed triggers from their behaviours, or you've gone through that aggressive situation, and you've been physically and mentally challenged on occasions, and you come out the other end and that resident is back at baseline. They're safe, everybody else is safe, you've got through it, and the debriefs can be quite rewarding to they're an amazing bunch of people I work with, and the things they do on a daily basis, it's incredible. Yeah, I mean, the career opportunities in care and the opportunity to develop. You don't just learn about other people in care. It teaches you so much about yourself. We're working with staff members who've joined us as 18, 19-year-olds, and through their support and supervision meetings, through discussions one-to-one with these guys, what's really evident is what they learn about themselves. And I didn't know I could do that, and I didn't know I could get through that. And that process of development that you can get in this industry, I think is fairly unique. I think the variation, the interest, the experience, and it is, we're all here, and it's a bit of a trope, I suppose, but we're all here because we want to make a difference, and we operate a very team-based system here. I am the most experienced person in the industry in this company, but if you've been here 2 weeks and you've got a better idea than I am, I should be listening to you. And we structure everything so that it doesn't matter what level of experience you got, what your knowledge is, your say has equal resonance. And it doesn't matter, sometimes the fresh eyes actually are better than the old eyes, because we've got all this history ticking away behind us. Well, we tried that in 1986, we tried that in 2013, and that's been done before, and that's been done. Whereas sometimes it's time to try that again. Autism is a developmental delay. It's not an ending of development. Development didn't stop for these guys when they were 6 or 14 or 3 or anything. It's just moving at a very much slower pace and needs some special skills to bring out the best in people. So, I think the interest in the learning you get about yourself is phenomenal. There's no restrictions on what you need to become a support worker. We're looking through our interview and recruitment process, we're looking for essential qualities. We ask very specific questions about your experiences and about where you've been before, what you've done, and why you want to be a support worker. But we've got a hidden agenda, which is we want to find out, do you care? Are you interested in people? If you don't demonstrate those two qualities, then we're not interested. Certainly if we're interviewing senior staff, we're looking for them to actually mention those words. It's amazing how many people don't in an interview in care work. They know, everybody knows the technical stuff, everybody knows what buttons to push and what you should be saying in an interview. There's plenty of YouTube videos on that, but we want to see that you genuinely care and you're interested. Some of the best support workers I've worked with, and some really inspirational people in my career, have been printers, scaffolders, come from a variety of backgrounds, kids essentially coming straight out of school. They've got that intrinsic ability to understand the difference in people and how to get the best out of people. So there's desirable criteria. We like a bit of experience, we like a bit of knowledge, and that might help your progression in the company. But the manager of one of our homes was a scaffolder. That was his industry previously. I'm an old hand. I've been doing this for nearly 40 years. But, equally, it's having the skills and the aptitude to do the job is what's important. Yeah, I think if I'm going to sum this job up in 3 words, I would say it's worth it. It really is.